argument, tapi tak scholastic argument, but in up dia kata boleh memang untuk orang faham lagi senang, but they also have to have the Arabic punya dekat atas, I mean, just so we won't sway. Alhamdulillah, we have that thing. I don't think there's any religions yang have that kind of preservation. All over the world you pergi, it'll be same Quran. Even Shia pun sama. They said they have their own Quran. Until now they have not yet come up with one. Okay.
Dia ada additional surah kan?
They said, but until now dia orang kata they still using our Quran. Dia kata nak masukkan, nak buat. This is what I heard lah from ceramah.
I think when they study dekat mana they have addition kata.
But they said dia ada 3 surah ke kurang ke apa semua. Dia ada some argument. Tapi so far yang Baba tahu ada orang cakap, some ustaz cakap they still the same, they're still using. I could be wrong. I don't want to. This is a side story. I don't want to focus on that. Don't get me distracted. I'm already distracting everyone. It's my stories. Because I like to tell stories. The preservation. Okay. Lagi satu beauty that Allah actually dia bagi challenge juga. This is, I like about this surah is it Nisa number 4?
Yeah.
Nisa. Surah Nisa ayat 82. Do they not consider the Quran with care? Had it been from other than God, they would surely have found therein much discrepancy. Of course, dalam banyak Quran dalam surah Al-Kahfi mana cakap ni just produce something like that, okay? Ataupun, you know, in the sense that it's not a guarantee or a challenge to humanity. Kalau macam tak betul, just bring me a proof. We can discuss macam ni, I mean openly, you know, if you rasa benda tu tak betul, in what sense benda tu tak betul, you just point it to us, then when we discuss lah. I mean, to me it's kind of a challenge, I guarantee. If it's not from me, there must be banyak yang errors. So bring to me the errors, then we see from there. I mean, if you're really sincere, bukan orang yang saja nak tu, memang dia suka buat all kind of funny accusation. If you think it's error, you put in error. Okay. Dalam surah Al-Baqarah cakap, this is the book. Apa tu? Alif Lam Mim, zalikal kitabul la raiba fihi hudan lil muttaqin. This is the book without which there is no doubt. Ada tak macam, for us to appreciate, kadang-kadang memang kita tengok ada religious scriptures, macam the way that they put that thing, this is the book, there is no doubt. Tak ada sangat, not so godly. Kalau kita tengok macam Christian punya Bible pun, actually tak banyak. Dia banyak kadang-kadang macam cerita, narration, kadang-kadang ada sikit from God, kadang-kadang ada macam daripada Jesus. It's a mix of three. Macam kita dah pecahkan, this is from God, hadis kita ada lain, sirah kita lain. Kita pecahkan the three. Oh. Okay, kita nampak.
They actually combine everything together.
Kalau nampak dia itu memang dia combine everything. That's only word of God. You baca dia set online, dicampurkan semua.
Macam narration, dia more like narration.
Yes. Kalau banyak orang kata Bible is a storybook, how can you say that is word of God?
In the third person punya ni.
Third person paling banyak. That's why yang ada satu buku dia kata read Bible, read Bible. Read dengan Bible. Read Bible ni basically dia cuba nak dapatkan apa yang Jesus cakap. Jesus cakap tu kata dalam satu surat khabar je, tak banyak. Words of Jesus daripada Jesus tak banyak. Yang banyak narration from third party. Ada sikit macam tapi Quran quite specific nampak. Even from recite Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, itu recite in the name of God, most merciful lah, macam you know, very godly, very boastful lah. Dia cakap, dia kata almost tak, is it wrong? I mean, that is very godly. When you said that is very godly. You minta alhamdulillah, macam dia puji diri aku. Only God can do that, you know. So, Mama, you coming from that authority, puji aku, sembah aku, that is very godly language, you know. From narration is a bit different. That's why kalau macam Quran punya language is a bit different. It's very godly. You can see that. Even from the style of the language, very different.
Like you know that you reading it, as if God is talking to you lah.
Yeah.
The language is different, as if He is telling us.
It's telling us. You see that's from God. Orang, those yang ini, of course, I got it also from macam Professor Jeffrey Lang. Dia kata, kalau you used to be atheist, you baca banyak kitab lain ke Bible lah. When you read Quran, especially from someone bit fair, neutral, dia rasa, this is different book, you know. This is a different book. After reading, dia rasa macam, wow. The language, the style language, so, of course, they also read from English. Dia tak tengok Arabic. If you go into Arabic, of course, it's even deeper. And okay, satu pasal preservation, dia ada juga yang macam how we preserve macam Quran ni. We pray, we recite Quran almost every day in its original language. I don't think any other religion yang ada macam ni. If you ask the Hindu apa semua, dia tak faham Sanskrit apa semua sangat. They don't do that. I mean, only probably the priest or not yang akan cakap. Yang the Bible pun sekarang ni is actually in English. Actually was revealed partly in Aramaic, some in Koine Greek. I mean, those people are 1,500 punya. It's like, you know, the compilation of many books and stories from thousand. You know, they always have that stories yang masuk inspired of God. You inspired, you write. We see, not really the witness count of that thing. So it's yeah. So there are 3 languages. We are quite unique in that sense. Ini just Quran Surah Baqarah 23. If you are in doubt to what which we have revealed to our servant, then produce a chapter like it and call on your witness beside Allah if you are truthful. This is also a challenge from Allah. Kalau preservation, kalau macam kita tengok, one of the, yang paling senang, satu is the Quran. Anywhere that you go, you can find one Quran. Anywhere that you go, sama aja. Itu paling senang. Dan kebanyakan orang, kalau kita millions of people actually they recite Quran, they memorize Quran. At least partly lah. At least macam Fatihah, some words macam Qul Allah tu, most people can memorize lah, words for word. That cannot be said the same about the religion. From their subscription tak. You know, kalau kita cakap, kebanyakan most of people, especially yang sembahyang, those who pray, they know at least Fatihah, Qul Allah, in the original language. If you berubah, you can detect. That's one of the beauty that, kalau kita Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, orang tahu ini salah. Almost all can lah. And over and above that, memang Quran dia punya main primary preservation actually through memorization. Those time masa ni 7th century, there's not much papers to write, so it's very susah. And there's not much to be illiterate is normal. To be illiterate is not normal. And in fact, until I think 17th century, 18th century, up to that stage pun, kebanyakan orang yang knowledgeable is religious people, all the church people, all the orang agama. They are the owner of truth, the owner of knowledge. That's why they're so powerful. And dia pun banyak duit. I mean, they use or abuse the religion and whatnot. And to be illiterate agak susah. And they also write, kalau macam kita percaya dulu, dalam atas skin, which is, stone. You just imagine kalau Quran yang tulis atas. So of course it's momentous and agak susah you nak simpan. I don't know how. The best is kalau dapat from animal skin, right? Tak, ini cakap yang from the evidence. The Quran dia ditulis juga. Dia hafal, kecuali hadis baru I think 200 years after that baru dia orang cuba dapatkan tulis. But the Quran dia tulis. Sekarang dia Quran. Itu pun atas tulang, atas kulit yang pokok ke kulit yang paling tahan tu is kulit binatang. Itu tahan. So dengan carbon dated yang last kali Quran yang jumpa, Quran dia panggil Quran manuskrip Birmingham. That one surah Al-Kahfi. Itu dia carbon dated, benda tu sama dengan at least masa zaman Abu Bakar masa tu. So that is one of the two surah yang almost identical surah Al-Kahfi. Itu baru lagi in 2015. Benda tu still ada dekat Birmingham University. Tu even macam Mak Saleh kata, because they macam memorization semua, kadang-kadang dia tak berapa nak ada yang trust. Yang benda ni dia agak to them is quite a powerful lah for Muslim community and proof. So that's one. And kita also kalau macam tengok, even until now we have people macam Tafiz yang memorize the whole Quran cover to cover. So this is to me the last proof, a living proof that it can be memorized macam Quran. Macam Allah pun dah cakap, it make easier to memorize. We can do that. Orang dulu lagi lah, they can do that. And kita pun macam ada, macam Nabi pun, I think every Ramadan dia macam bertalaki dengan I think Jibril pasal Quran, dibacakan balik. I think before his death twice dia bacakan. And kita pun also normally in fasting month kita digalakkan untuk baca banyak Quran, you cover to cover. This is the month of Quran yang kita baca. So those are the things that we do then other religious people tak buat. I mean it's very unique to us lah in that sense. Okay, this is testimony from Orientalists. Okay, this is writers writers, people who study Quran and Arabic, and they comment writing book. Macam ni daripada William Graham, Beyond the Written Word, and dia memang tulis pasal Quran. The Quran is perhaps the only book, religious or secular, that has been memorized completely by millions of people, so they can testify that. So daripada Reverend Bosworth Smith, Al-Quran as a miracle of purity of style, of wisdom and of truth. It is the one claimed by Muhammad, a standing miracle, he called it, and a miracle indeed it is. This is Reverend Bosworth. A miracle of purity of style, of wisdom and of truth, by A.J. Avery in the preface of his English translation of the Holy Quran. So they have their own, they try to translate the Quran. So this is scholars, that scholars. Of course ada scholars yang cakap tak elok pasal Quran. Ada, there are. Also coming from, of course we can question yang punya integrity and honesty, but the fact that ramai juga yang kata can give this kind of statement, to me is quite profound in that sense. That they can, you can always say, these people may be kena dibayar ke, we don't know. And to say such words, it is possible, but we kind of respect. That's why the good thing, sometimes we respect the Mat Saleh. They are open ni sometimes. You can talk to them. You can talk sense, especially yang tak ada macam belagak, sombong. They quite okay. They quite open. They quite fair in that sense. Sometimes we also not fair in that sense. We are Muslim. We are not. So they okay. We are quite biased in that sense. So the phenomenon of Quranic recital means that the text has traversed the centuries in an unbroken living sequence of devotion, never allowing its relegation to a bare authority for reference alone can scratch in the mind of the Quran. As far as the various pieces of revelation are concerned, we may be confident that their text has been generally transmitted exactly as was found in the Prophet legacy. Surely, I think this is German. There is probably other book in the world which has remained 12 centuries with so pure a text, Sir William Muir, The Life of Muhammad. Of course, ada scientific miracles. I think Baba Puan ada bagi from time to time video if you have seen that thing. So this is probably some of the proof. It's a combination of many things that to show. I don't know whether the same can be said about religion for you to have, and there is no like ayat in the Quran that really contradict the modern science in certain sense. There is none, of course. Itu dah cukup pada Baba and nak cerita pasal Quran. But there are certain things, apa yang Quran tu cakap macam quite interesting. Not exactly what the science says, but ada menunjukkan ke arah tu, and for if you have to think of Nabi Muhammad from 7th century and he speak about that thing yang dia pun tak tahu. that makes sense or true, but he said nonetheless. And araf macam dia kata, those who believe not considered the heavens and the earth were a joint entity, and we separated them and made them from water, every living thing, then will they not believe? This is Surah Al-Anbiya, chapter 21 verses 30, pasal Big Bang and everything from water. To think of that, kita tahu that badan manusia ni 80% from water, or every living thing. Nabi Muhammad tak ada have that expertise in the 7th century untuk tahu benda tu, and he said that thing. And the heavens and the earth were joint entity. Of course, this is what ambiguous sikit. For it, macam kita also macam science also percaya coming from upon singularity, and benda tu pecah expand into what it is now. Betul sana? So secara kebetulan, kata kebetulan, kalau satu mungkin kebetulan, it's quite interesting that benda dah cakap from 7th century. Of course, there are also some critics dia cakap, Muhammad mungkin dia dengar all those Greek philosophers, mungkin dia cakap something similar to this thing lah, ataupun tak sure kalau ada the Bible cakap sama. Tapi banyak dia accuse Quran ikut the Jews punya tu lah, ikut the Old Testament. And tapi ada banyak apa yang dia cakap tu banyak yang salah, yang Nabi Muhammad tak follow. Macam mana Muhammad boleh pick and choose, dia cakap yang elok. Supaya macam Bible, there are many verses in the Bible are quite contradicting apa semua, and Nabi Muhammad tak copy the errors that we see, the errors. He just copy exactly what is supposed to be copied. So I mean, if you to be fair, you have to consider. Kalau satu okay lah, actually there are plenty of ayat Quran bila dia cakap tu wow, it's you know, it cannot be coincidence lah, tu je lah. Kalau setengah orang tu satu pun nak cakap wow, especially people yang surah pasal surah Al-Mu'minun yang pasal stage of development baby daripada perut tu, daripada halaqah macam benda tu growth. Itu Professor Keith Moore, the number one people of authority in biology, boleh testify. Dia tengok ayat Quran tu, dia kaji balik, dia kata memang orang dulu dia percaya macam even the science, I think the Greek ataupun orang dulu punya tu, before dia ingatkan macam the sperm tu macam masuk memang dah ready macam ada bentuk human tapi kecil. Jadi besar, it's complete. Dia letak. And even the sex, so it was all true. It cannot be possible that someone like from the desert in 7th century can say things like this. No? The even microscope was only in the 17th century baru kita ada yang kan. Itu pun I think Ibn Hatim yang start benda microscope, baru dia start yang kita ada the canggih one, so powerful that we can see that thing. Itu baru start. It's from Muslim microscope. It start off the camera lah macam ni tengok the optic punya. Yes sir? Ibn Hatim. I just said yesterday. Okay, perfect laws of universe, and this is from Anbiya juga, surah 33. And it is He who created the night and the day and the sun and the moon and the heavenly bodies in an orbit are swimming. It's like, you know, I've also read somewhere, because this is not my area, I'm not very but it's like this universe and everything jadi their own circle of orbit masing-masing, all this planet now. And they cannot, it's like 1 inch per meter, kalau masing-masing dia gerak kan sikit, dia akan hancur. Dia akan berlanggar semua, there will be end of the world lah. So, there is that order, no. So, kau ada cakap kat sini, and the sun tak boleh over kejar yang dalam Yasin yang kita baca, dia tak boleh kejar. There is that order, no. Dia akan pusing pergi kat situ. And in 7th century dah cakap macam ni. At least, you know, kalau benda accidental pun, they are in agreement, you know, to the scientific finding. So, it's quite profound. And it's also not supposed scientific book. It's something for you to reflect on. The book for you to reflect on. You tengok benda tu, wow. Yes, sir. And made everything from water. Ini kita baru tahu juga benda ni. That every living thing from water. Orang Arab tu kat sana yang air pun tak ada, and suddenly you say coming out something, oh, everything from water. Wow, Nabi Muhammad, how do you know? When I told sini it's all blood. You know? So how that Nabi Muhammad boleh rasa that science, you know? So it's mind-boggling. The kalau kata by accident, by chance pun, wow, it's a big coincidence lah, big accident. So biggest proof, okay, ni Baba dah sampai, dia punya scientific film memang banyak lagi, I don't want to go there. And I tend to agree macam, ini Noman punya cakap lah. Ini banyak kat BBC punya tarik apa tu, and dia kata one of the biggest proof that people cannot deny is that Nabi Muhammad managed to transform the Arab yang teruk masa zaman jahiliah tu into what it is now. Mungkin sekarang teruk lagi ada kata. But they are much better now. They used to kill their own babies, their daughters, not, you know, not. But they are into so much. Okay, of course the West still label them as backward and teruk and oppressive, whatnot. But he managed to transform that and outlaws. So cakap, dia kata dia one time masa the big empire masa tu, Roman assassinate the Persian, and Arabic ada kat tengah ni, sebenarnya Arab, and dia tak kisah pun nak conquer, because they're nothing. This is, I conquer you, I'll just make more masalah. They just fighting among each other. Also, what I say, what it can do to us. Bapa rasa macam, I put it to like this moment when cakap how he transform, macam benda tu dah berkembang, and from there that we have many scientific discoveries yang the Muslim buat, you know. We have already, you know, ada satu tu the Muslim contributions, even macam soap. There are so many things that the Muslim contribute to. In fact, now the civilization, okay, yang paling tinggi yang people look forward to is basically European. The Anglo-Saxon, they are now, wow, they are the best. So when Islam was the best, you know, actually these people were living under the bridge, and they were too.
Dark ages.
They are in dark ages now. In Andalusia, is supposed to be the top 10 cities in the world, the most populated cities in the world. 6 of them is Islam. The first one is Andalusia. It's the most populated area. Yang dah ada street light, dah ada running water. I mean, when they do this kind of thing, macam, wow. We were at the very peak of civilization macam tu. It's not only civilization. We also got a balance between
Spiritual.
civilization, also spiritual. You kind of have balance, of course, along the way that we take things for granted, you know. And we slowly, and we also now we're following the West. The West, they had a bad history. Sorry, like with Christianity, long history with Christianity. They tried to separate the church and the
state.
The state. So that's how they progress. But now, when I talk to some English people, oh my God, when they do agree that they have this moral decay and yeah, macam it's normal for them to suruh anak pergi budak form 4, ada anak, ada babies, bapak tak ada. So what's going to happen to the kids, whether they are fit enough to be parents, you know. They got the minum culture. I got my friend Malcolm.
Malcolm juga.
Malcolm dekat. So cakap dengan tak balik rumah, and dia hidup kadang minum bola. You know, there's no sense to life macam ni. They what, and these people are very nice people. Very nice. But yeah lah, I mean sometimes aku makan telur je macam duit dah habis. And they smoke, they drink, they watch football tu. And they work for that tree, you know. It's sad, you know. It's sad. So they have, to me, they also have this moral vacuum juga. You see in Japan, they have this thing that we have this thing. Cuma we don't really have much money now. I don't know, but yes, we don't have much progress. Sometimes, I don't know, because to me, this is, looking at it, macam Baba tengok, this is, I can be wrong, my own conclusion. It's just that, it's not senang untuk mencari orang kaya yang bersyukur daripada orang miskin yang bersabar. Correct not? I mean, if you...
Terbalik betul.
Susah nak mencari orang kaya yang bersyukur. Tuhan lagi appreciate orang kaya yang bersyukur rather than orang miskin yang sabar. In the sense that kalau macam nak cari orang yang dah berjaya and he can ascribe all his success and wealth to God, rather than orang yang miskin yang dah susah, dia kata tak apalah, Tuhan aja aku sabar je. Dia reda je. Ataupun actually it's more like pasrah. You got not much choice. But the orang kaya, they have choice, no. But they choose, you know, not to be boastful. They choose to help other people, you know. Actually, this kind of people is very rare, agak susah. And this kind of people also, there are many from non-Muslim. Itu kadang-kadang we a bit sad because they have done all the good things, you know, except for one. Macam Bapa cakap yang jualan ni Shaikh tu kata, you have done all the good deeds and it's only one bit, you know. Can you attach that to the one that make you? Why are you doing all these things? I've told you, macam the Belgian hitchhiker tu, dia being a vegetarian because he want to make this world a better place, more sustainable. To me, that's super fantastic good that he's trying to do for humanity by by shining away from makan meats, you know, for the love of humanity. Ni kalau orang Kristian dengan semua, sorry, more like Jesus trying to, you know, that they love, they bagi, you know, that you do it for yourself. It's so like unreal to me, so pure. And to me, that I think that Quran is from God. Macam misalnya tengok, you have gone from my one until last. The potential that it can make transform our life into a better person. And if you know, we cannot change the whole world. We can only change ourselves. I cannot change you. And by you, rasa macam benda itu betul. The beauty that I like about Islam is like they got a balance between faith and reason. You need to have faith on certain things, but you also have to have reason when you can reason that thing. That's why kalau macam surah Al-Alaq tu yang is so beautiful, macam the first surah, the first few words, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Iqra bismi rabbikal ladzi khalaq. So you baca, you read, but you read humility, you know, from God that made you. Soalah boleh? It's so, you know, people can read. They must be like, there's so much that you can know lah in your lifetime. And there's so much you don't know. I mean, I don't know whether that being weak for you to acknowledge the possible one higher God and knows everything. Understand? Or is it ego? I don't know. Can you not do that? Cannot you like worship to the very worthy God of one that has all, that you read when you baca because you just want to have that little just drop in the ocean of to me, you baca pun, you read that with humility. I think everyone can agree that we like humble people yang tak ada ego. Betul tak? I think the one that we cannot tolerate is egoistic people. Lagilah kalau orang ego yang miskin, lagilah macam, betul tak San? Aisyah?
Tengok kucing.
Monyet lah. Tak apalah. Aku tak like dia berak. Udahlah yang tu, tapi macam bawa Grab kadang datang lambat tu so jadi make us wait for them. So benda kita ada terasa macam sabar. So kalau they still have question, that will be the last session. Probably we do it on Sunday. That's basically a recap of everything that I've gone through. So Isan, sorry, I've been talking too much. Is there anything that you want to say? Huh? No, the thing is satu benda, because I talk to you. Of course, I have to talk to you. I have to sampai. And of course, this thing is really meant for you, meant for myself, also meant for other people. I need to tune in a bit. I do it macam setengah tu. Of course, I met with so many good guys lah. Sorry, to be specific, non-Muslim macam Jepun. How do I talk to them? How do I sampaikan benda macam ni? If I can put in a very nice book, the flow and everything, probably can be turned into other language ke apa semua. That would be good lah. Many people, I don't know. Some people even kat sini kita jumpa pun, I don't really speak to them on that thing. I don't know whether I'll be held responsible for not, But it's not possible for you to talk to them, cakap pasal masalah dunia. In that short conversation, of course, they have to find it themselves. But if I have this kind of all my argument, if I can build that bridge, I can give the book, I can WhatsApp to them. If they have time, they can read. Or anyone that I go. So that's why I put so much time on trying to do this thing. This is also more like my purpose of life, that how I can from there try to improve, how I can disseminate benda macam ni. Actually, I expect more like interactive conversation from, because you guys are basically Muslim, so not much that you disagree with me, and so of course, when I talk to some people, they cannot really take it. So that's why we have kind of conversation that so even then, to be very fair, I don't know. Not many people look from this angle. Betul tak? Even macam Islam, Suhaila. Sometimes I feel a weird one out, macam when I present a thing. Even when I present to anyone, my dakwah macam apa rasa am I weird? Macam I look things Islam from different angle, macam how I present from different angles. And I cannot really see people yang to a certain extent macam you rasa macam disappointed with some macam ustaz, they keep on. Of course, they have their own. Yalah. The point is, whoever lah, we try to improve our of going. Of course, I'm not as good as them on many things. But the point is, you want this thing to be shared. It's not that I dah ada benda tu. I'm not. I'm still finding ways. I'm still finding means to. What I hope is one day. This kind of topic, religion, that can be discussed openly, honestly, respectfully, if without prejudice and whatnot, we can have this conversation. At the end of the day, I cannot force you, No, we just like an invitation to discuss the truth. I'm looking at ways where in the future where I can, like, say, have a dialogue with the atheists or some other religious leaders, put in the internet so people can judge and weigh. If they want more, I can give the books, you know. So this is what I'm looking forward from today probably until my last day in this world. I'm trying to do this thing. And in the meantime, I'll do Grab, so I also to make ends meet. Also to provide where I can. So yeah, I have to find the balance because Baba sampai at the age of 40, Baba rasa macam maybe I can go far, no, but nampak itu macam bila tak berjaya. I remember Baba when I read Jack Ma, macam dia kata, when you are young until you are 30, you do whatever you want to do. You kerja, you work like a dog, try everything, what's worked for you. But sampai at 40, you should stop and you fikir, what's your strength? You should focus and develop from there, okay? So one of my strength yang Baba rasa not many people, if I can be a bit more boastful, okay, about myself, I can speak. I can speak quite okay, I can talk, I have that flair, I can talk in the public in that sense, public speaking. I have that confidence. Because I'm so learning, so that how also I found peace and happiness from Islam, is how I understand it, and I want to share. You know, along the way I try to make ends meet. Baba kena kerja juga, and if I can really focus on this thing and I can sustain, I'll do this thing. So that's my purpose. I think probably my purpose in life. I dah 47, I'll be not long. And then of course in my book Baba cakap there are too many things then in this world. Baba tulis macam Baba did I tell pasal what macam trigger macam fikir macam jumpa yang Pak Gad, dia of course me read my book first part and the rest yang dia tak tengok sangat. I know there are some contentious issues on the second and third when I start comparing with some other religious belief. Of course he commented me on that Buddha, so that was also quite sensitive, you know. I try not to be apologist, but sometimes innate juga. So I'm trying to find a balance between commenting, not that you belittling, but you know, if people can be fair without prejudice, they can see my point. Okay. Where was I? Okay. Yeah, I mean, Swaila, you want to say anything? You always don't want to say anything. Enough said. No, I appreciate feedback, you know, because of course feedback kadang yang paling bagus daripada orang yang tak percaya, daripada because you are more like my children, my wife, you pun Islam, so you more obliged to listen than to ask back.
Kan, no. Maybe the Muslims, you have to test on the Muslims.